Hi everyone, my name is B. I'm a master's candidate at National University. I'm a master's candidate at National University, and today I'm going to talk about summative and formative assessments. Formative assessments are tests or measures of knowledge or skills that happen during teaching, and teachers are able to use this information to inform or adjust their instruction as they are teaching students the concept. Summative assessments are the sum of learning. So they are tests or other forms of assessment, such as projects, portfolios, one-on-one or group interviews that can be done with the teacher. Also, essays count. Of course, regular tests and also presentations, like slideshow presentations, are another form of summative assessment. The main difference between formative and summative assessments is that formative assessments happen during instruction and summative assessments happen at the end of the unit or at the end of what we are teaching. Now I want to talk about two forms of formative assessments that I would like to use in my classroom. So the first one is I would like to check and see where my students are at the beginning of the year. So this year I will be doing a teaching internship at my local school district, and it will likely be in a mild moderate support needs class, but I do not know. It is possible it could be an extensive support needs class, and then I have no idea if it's going to be kindergarten to 12th graders. So depending on the age group that I get, that would determine the type of assessment. But essentially, if I were to get like elementary school extensive support needs, I would use one-on-one interview type tests to check and see where the students are at, as far as like knowing their letters, also seeing if students are able to read. But if I have like intermediate or sixth graders and it's mild moderate support needs class, then I would do I might still do running records, to be honest, but I might use IXL diagnostic to see where their math skills are at in that form of test. I could still do one-on-one, or I might just make my own assessment. But yeah, there's so many good resources online that are quick and easy, just skill checks. But I also really enjoy doing running records, and I also enjoy interviewing students one-on-one as far as testing goes. The other form of formative assessment I really like to do is exit tickets, or weekly quizzes, just to check and see students' understanding, and then I can adjust my instruction accordingly. So for summative assessments, my favorite are projects, honestly. I love project-based learning. That is my preference. So I would choose for summative assessments, I would do projects. I also really enjoy doing presentations. But yeah, I could, it really depends on the class that I end up getting in the fall. So yeah, let's see. The last thing I want to talk about is how do I deal with any barriers that may arise using these assessments. So when I'm planning for instruction and when I am planning for doing formative or summative assessments, I want to make sure that it is in a timely manner. I want to make sure that my students have enough time to study before they have to take their summative assessments. And I want to make sure that my summative assessments only have as many questions as the amount of time that we spent covering that material in class to make it fair. I want to make sure that I'm testing students on what I have taught in class and making sure that they are adequately prepared to demonstrate their learning. And I think project-based learning is such a fun and creative way to express what they've learned. But all of this would honestly, depending on the grade level, I would definitely, even if I have elementary school extensive support needs class, I would still offer students different ways to express their learning and see which ones they perform best on and go with that. For older kids, or maybe mild moderate support needs, I would talk to the students and just ask them for their input at the beginning of the school year on what ways they feel they are able to best express their learning. So I think throughout this whole process, I think it's really important to collaborate with students and access their funds of knowledge and their opinions and their interests. Um, so yeah, that is how I would deal with any barriers or challenges that I may face with testing. I would always try to have a conversation and accommodate the needs of my students. So thanks for listening. I'll see you next time.